for clicking on the video and watching my video. My name is Kamilah. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this episode I'll be talking about the process of giving birth in Germany, like how everything goes, the documentation, and yeah, how it happened to me. And I'll be giving you based on the experience of my second born. I gave birth almost 2 months ago now. Yes, so yeah, so I'm going to start by, if you are a foreigner here in Germany and you're pregnant, the first thing you need to do is you find a Frauenarzt, that's the gynecologist in your region. Basically, you can do this get appointment. You can write them an email, or you can make a call, and then after you've found Frauenarzt, he will be the one to direct you through the whole process. And the second thing you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have an insurance. Yes, you can be private insured, or you can be with the government, insured with the government. And the third thing is you also need to find a midwife or hebamme. You do this by looking online. There are so many sites. Depending on where you live, you'll find a hebamme, and most of them are always like booked. So you need to start finding the hebamme or the midwife early. And the reason why is because this hebamme will take you through the process. She will come to visit you once before you give birth, and also she will come after you've given birth. The first like 4 weeks of the newborn, she'll be taking you through the whole process of how to take care of a baby. And especially if you don't have any relatives here, you don't have anyone to help you with, she'll guide you through. And if you have any questions concerning the care of a child, they will always be available to help. Yes, so the other thing you need to do is when you are maybe almost giving birth at around the 36 weeks, you'll have to make an appointment to your hospital that you want to give birth, because there's a difference between these gynecologists. Because it's just a practice, you cannot give birth by the gynecologist situation. You have to book an appointment to the hospital, unless it's under very emergency situations maybe. So I think so that's the first thing you need to do before you proceed with your pregnancy. So during the process of giving birth, what happens basically, in the hospital you're going to give birth, they offer you have to write maybe your birth plan. For me, I wanted a natural way. I didn't want a C-section. But if you want to choose a C-section, of course you have to talk to your doctor when you go to visit the hospital, and then they will plan for you, of course, a C-section. But on my opinion, because I already had a C-section in my first child, I opted to have a natural birth. I wanted to really experience the process, how giving birth it feels like, the labor and all that, which I had not experienced with my firstborn. So yeah, so I did when I was 36 weeks pregnant, I had a pre-visit to the hospital. I met with the chef arts, like the head, of course the chef arts is the head doctor or head of the department. And then of course she checked me, and she told me like my baby was really big at that point, like compared to if I was to wait until 40 weeks, maybe the baby will be too big. So she gave me natural ways of starting myself to be induced. She told me I could start at 38. I should start doing those exercises at 38 weeks. Actually, I went to meet the chief if I remember, maybe it was 37, 38 weeks. So she told me I could start immediately to walk, and she told me I'm supposed to walk almost 2 kilometers in a day. I have to eat some certain food with a lot of spiced food. I had to, of course, being an African also, I ate okra, I ate pineapples. Yeah, so that was the process of me trying to induce myself. But unfortunately, I was not able to, I didn't even dilate until the 40th week. I don't know, I did all those things. I crab walked around like this around my estate, but really my baby was just there. The goodness about my baby is she already, like, her head was down, but the thing is my body was not yet dilated. And since the doctor had told me that at the 40th week, if I should just go to the hospital to be checked, because she had checked me and she had told me that my baby is big. So on the 40th week, if I had not yet been given birth, I should go to the hospital. It was a must for me to go to the hospital. So when I went to the hospital, they found the baby have not even close to, you understand. So I was really worried because my baby was big and I didn't want to have go through a painful process during give birth. So I told them that I want to be induced. It was my decision to be induced. But most of the doctors in Germany, they will not tell you, they will not force you to be induced unless it's a very critical condition. So yes, I agreed to it. I wanted to be induced. I planned to be induced. And the induction process, so I had to come back to the hospital 2 days. That was like 40 weeks, 2 days or something like that. So yes, so when I came to the hospital, the first thing they checked me, of course, I was 0 or maybe 1 centimeter dilated. My water had not broken. It was crazy. So they did put me this thing called catheter. It was in the evening, around 18 hours catheter, and then I stayed with that catheter until the next morning around 9. And then at 9 they checked me. I was only 3 centimeters. You can imagine the whole night I have terrible labor. Like, I felt like it was labor, but it was just the tip of the iceberg. It was really nothing close to labor. So I told them I really need to be checked because I was admitted that evening when they put for me the catheter. Then around 9 I told them I need to be checked. They checked me. I was only 3 centimeters, so they had to remove the catheter, and then they put for me this gel. I think it was with hormone or something like that. And then the gel now activated the whole process. The labor, the contraction started. Oh my god, I was now starting to feel like there were 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters apart. But as time goes on, now the contractions became stronger and stronger, and at around 2 or 3, I was almost 5, like every 5 minutes the contractions were on. So I told them the pain is too painful, I just can't bear it anymore, please put me on the epidural. So they put me on the epidural. But even before they put me on the epidural, they tried to put me on these IVs, this pain medication, but really the pain was just too crazy. And I was like, oh man, of course I had read all about epidural and I just wanted to do it. I was like, if that thing can help the pain to go away, I did it. I was like, just put for me. But of course it was scary. All they checked me on my back, but I just stayed still and tried to focus. But in between, you know, when someone is injecting you this medication on the spinal cord, my fear was, what if the induction comes in when they are just putting the injection on me and I can't hold it? I want to move because the pain is just too much. You can't, you just can't just sit still. So they were very careful. Every time the induction was about, the contraction was coming on, they will stop. They'll tell me if it's on, then they will stop, and then they will wait for the contraction to finish, then they inject me again. So it was really a very in and here process. I was a bit scared, but yeah, I had to do it because but I was almost actually giving birth. Then after that, now just like maybe 1 hour later or something like that, I had to push out they had to break my water, and then after breaking my water, it didn't break on its own. We had to do it like to break. Then I think the baby was now moving down. Then I started pushing, but still the pain was there, besides the fact that I had epidural. So I really don't understand even why, but yeah, the still the pressure was there. And I didn't know, actually. It's so funny when they tell you when you are doing these classes, they're called the prenatal classes, when you start learning how to breathe and to like how to breathe when you're pushing, it's totally different with when you're there on that bed. Because I did those classes, I watched so many videos, I had these breathing exercises, how to move, how to hold on things, how to push. But the moment I was in that ward, all those things is like they escaped in my mind. So I was really relied on my midwife who was with me in the hospital. So she kept telling me how to breathe. So when it came to like now pushing, they really tell you to push like you are cackling, like you're doing that thing, you know. I'm gonna tell it. So it's like you're going to the toilet. Like really, I didn't know that actually pushing is like you're going to the toilet literally. Like, you know, the way if you have really you have been constipated, they tell you to push like you're going to the toilet like that. So that's how I pushed and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. Yeah, finally the baby came out. But of course, I couldn't, I don't know what happened. Maybe I wasn't pushing the right way. So they cut me. They cut me, and the baby's head probably was big. They cut me. It was really a terrible, deep cut. It's an episiotomy. So heißt es? Episiotomy oder so. So the episiotomy thing was so painful. Like not at that time, but later during my in my postpartum, the first few weeks, it was really terrible for me to walk, to turn in bed. It was so terrible. So I had again to heal my stitches. Yeah, I think that was the worst part for me about giving birth vaginally. To me, I was like, oh, I'm not doing this thing again. Yeah, so but yeah, your body feels good, but that cut is what really scared me compared to the first time I gave birth in a C-section method. So after you've given birth in Germany, the first thing they do is, of course, they give you to bond with the baby. But what are the documentation process that follows? So when you are in the hospital, first they will give you, the baby will have become this, the baby will get this, she'll be given this booklet that you need to use it for vaccination or any visit you'll go to the clinic, the kids clinic, to your kids doctor. So after your baby is given, they check the baby, they check the weight of the baby, the centimeters, how long they are, all the process they do, and then they record them, and then they give baby this vitamin K. Your baby will receive vitamin K, the first vitamin K in the hospital. The baby will be checked the ions, they check the muscles, I don't know, the hoofed, like they check all the muscles in the body. They check if these anything that the baby might be lacking, eyesight, sound. They check yeah, all organs definitely of the body. They check the heart. They check all things that the baby can earlier be diagnosed on. And then now it's up to you now to register yourself. Now the process of getting the birth certificate, you have to register by the Standesamt. So in the hospital where I gave birth, that's where you write, there's actually a station based there, because it's just it has also a kids clinic. So there's a station there based of the Standesamt. You take there all your documentation. If you are not yet Germany, if you're not yet a German citizen, you have to provide your residence permit. You have to provide your husband's residence permit. If you are married, you have to provide your marriage certificate, and if you're also single, you have to provide that. And then you have to, what else do they need? Yeah, where you are living, that thing for residence, of course, residence permit, but there's also that thing that you're given from your local area to show where you're living. Yeah, so you leave all those documents there, and then you have to give the name of the child. And in Germany, it's so funny that you have to name your child, you have to give a baby a name that can be accepted, because in Germany you just don't name a child anything. You can't just name a child with a name that's maybe abusive, or it doesn't it's not like accepted by the society. So you after some days the name will be accepted, and then that's when they'll send you back the Geburtsurkunde, that's the birth certificate of the child. Yeah, then if you're a foreigner, like I come from Kenya, and if my child is now going to be a Kenyan citizen, now with my documents, I can start to apply. I have to go again to the foreigners office and do the registration to get the residence permit of the baby. And after getting the residence permit of the baby, of course they won't give you for a long period of time. Maybe they give you for 6 months based on my residence permit, because how long am I allowed to live in Germany. And then after that you can take this residence permit now. You can use it to apply maybe for the Kindergeld, and also you can use it to apply yeah, actually when they give you one point, I forgot, when they give you the Geburtsurkunde, the birth certificates, they give you how many, but they give you one birth certificate that goes for application of the parental leave money. They also give you another one for applying for any Kindergeld, that is for the child money. And they also give you another birth certificate just to keep it, and another one is like maybe it's an international birth certificate. Like for me, I will need it to apply for the passport of the child in my country. So they give you several types of birth certificate for specific purpose. Yes, so after that you will proceed. Now you as a mom, you stay in the hospital for 4 days. I gave, is it 3 days? I gave birth naturally, so I stayed in the hospital I was released on Thursday, so 3 nights. That's 3 nights, but maybe I came 4 nights plus the day that I came. So I stayed in the hospital for 4 nights, and during this time I was assisted by the nurses. In case I needed anything, I could just call them and ask for help. They bring you food in your room. My room I shared with another friend. Okay, literally we became friends later, but we didn't know each other before. So yeah, so we stayed in the room with 2 people. One, she gave birth before me, then she left, then they brought in another one. So yeah, so the spaces are very big, but you are not allowed to stay in with your husband in the same room unless you look for a room for him and pay it, or unless you also have another private insurance, maybe that you want to have accommodation, maybe like a room that can accommodate your family. So for me, I couldn't accommodate my husband or anyone else in that room. It was specifically just for me, and he could just come and visit us and go home. Yeah, which was not so bad, because we also have a toddler that he needed to take care of at that point. So yes, they allow you to stay with your baby. I stayed with my baby after giving birth. She was just laying on me for like almost 30 minutes. And then they came and now they cut the umbilical cord. That was really beautiful. And actually, it's my husband who cut the umbilical cord. And that was really, it was such a beautiful moment to watch. I'm just like, oh, it was really beautiful, like he did all that. And yeah, it was one of the best moments that I can remember in that hospital. So yeah, so after after the whole process, we were discharged. We come home, but now even before you come home, before they discharge you, they have to check to confirm everything is going well with you, also as a mom. For me, for example, I really had very low levels of iron, so they had to put for me a drip of iron. I don't know, I lost a lot of blood, or I didn't lose a lot of blood, but just that my nutrition was not so good. Maybe I'm not so sure, though I was taking my vitamins, my prenatal vitamins, but still I really had low levels of iron, so they had to put for me another drip of of iron before I came home. And then also checked me, especially I'm so thankful to that lady who was on duty. She said my eyes were so yellow. My eyes yellow, guys. My eyes were so yellow, and she wanted to confirm if there was anything wrong with my body. So she said, I'm not going to discharge you. I have to check if you're really okay or you're not okay. So thank God, when she did all the tests, again she had to take some blood, then they did all the tests. They found out actually everything was okay, and I was relieved. So it was time to go home. My baby also, they had checked her, everything was fine. Now you are given letters this for when you're being discharged. They give you a letter to take to my Frauenarzt, my gynecologist, and also they send another letter to my the good thing about it is, already since I had a toddler, I already had kinderarts, the child, what are they called, yeah, I had a kinderarts. So I've really, English is really for, oh my god, I don't know, guys, I don't want to say the word, I might say it wrongly, so I'll just say kinderarts for now. Yeah, if you know the word, please write in the comment section. I think it's that word that I'm thinking right now, it doesn't make sense, so I won't say it. I think, oh, is this pregnancy brain, guys? Not pregnancy, like postpartum brain, because I feel like I've forgotten so many things. I just feel like I'm losing a lot of memory. God, I just hope I'll go back. I'll come back to normal, because the rate at which I'm forgetting things is alarming. Anyway, they say that you recover, you only feel yourself after 2 years after giving birth. So I'm gonna wait until that time. So guys, yeah. So I've been discharged. We came home with my husband and my toddler. Yeah, we arrived at home. Everything was good. So he had, of course, thank God he took off. He had a leave, so he was helping me with the recovery process. He was the one in charge of everything, cooking, and also taking care of our 2-year-old. But like I just wanted to take care of the small one and myself. Yeah, so that was really nice. Other things that I've learned I shouldn't take advantage of is the fact that the doctors were really, really nice to me. Throughout the whole process, I didn't feel any segregation. I didn't feel any like I was not safe. As a foreigner and as a Black woman, it is very important for you to feel safe and to feel like the people around you, they're taking good care of you. So I felt like they really did their job, and they took good care of me and my child as well. And they were really concerned for my health, which I'm so grateful for this country, and also for the opportunity that I was in good hands. That is amazing. I don't take that for granted. I can imagine a place whereby I would have gone to give birth and they didn't even consider my iron levels. I think it would have led to, I wouldn't have survived, because you don't know, you don't feel, you cannot tell you have low iron levels, and at this point I just think those people who maybe after giving birth you hear a mom died, after maybe 2 weeks or something. It's because of such negligence. But I'm really so grateful to the team that they ensured that I am in good hands and that my health is important. Yes, thank you. I will not mention the hospital I was in, but it was from my heart. I'm really grateful. Yes, so also what I'm grateful about is like in the hospital, you as when you are in that bed, there are things after giving birth they provide for you these pads for free, and they also provide for you see these pants that these disposable pants, they're also there in the drawers for free. Then they also give you like drinks like water, whatever. Water is free provided. There's coffee, there's tea that is basically for free for you, and you can have lunch, dinner. Of course, the dinner part, the German brought which may not really be my cup of tea, so I was just telling my husband to bring me something in the evening to eat something warm. Yeah, so but besides that, the food was good. It was really good. It was healthy food. You can decide if you're eating vegan, they bring for you vegan food. But if you are a person who just eat normal, they bring for you normal Mediterranean food. So I enjoyed my stay in the hospital with my baby. Yeah, and then also the bed that you sleep in is very flexible. You can sit, you can stand. They also give you like they bring a dish in front of you. You eat. If you want to walk, you can walk outside. Yeah, so it was basically a good place to give birth in. Yeah, and so yeah, so I came home. Now after that, now I started another process. And if you stayed here until now, please watch my next video, and I get to tell you how I healed or I got better after giving birth. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Please click the like button and follow me. Please follow me and subscribe, and also tell a friend about me and this video. I hope it helped you. I hope it helped someone. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. Bye.